Hi, welcome to another season of Eagles Hockey. Hi, I'm Mike Orsini, and with me again is Don LeDuc.
Good to be here. Good to be back.
We're going to bring you these exciting games this season. As tonight, the Eagles take on the Grease Lightning. What can you tell us about this season, about this tonight's game?
Well, it's awfully early to pin me down on that. But as you know yourself, you always lose a few seniors. And we did lose two of our top scorers last year, and Ron DeCoy did. Those are goals that are going to have to be picked up someplace. I think you've got some stats on that too, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, four seniors that graduated accounted for 54 of our 73 goals. So it's a lot of making up to do by the other players.
Yeah, I think that's, by my calculations, that's like 60% the goal we lost in goal scoring. So that's got to be made up. But it's a time for these juniors and sophomores and the new freshmen that come on the team. I think you said there were two new freshmen this year?
Yes, two freshmen, three seniors, and the rest of the team is sophomores and juniors.
Well, there's a lot of kids that have got to step up, and I'm sure they will. Yeah. We got to look at a bunch of them last year. They played very well, the underclassmen, and I think Coach Giaffrida is looking forward to them stepping up.
Now, last year, the Eagles were 11-5-3 and one overtime loss. For 26 points, which was third in the division, 2 points out of first. And the Lightning, who we're playing tonight, they were a whopping 0-20. They were outscored 40-154. But you can throw these stats out the window because this is a new season.
Yes, you can. So for either team, it's an exciting time. I know the parents are looking for this, having gone through this myself. You always wonder how's your kid going to do. If he's a senior now, you expect him to pick up some of the slack. If he's a freshman, you're going to be looking and say, when is my son going to be playing, or when is my daughter going to be playing? When is he or she going to be out there playing? So it's an exciting time for both the parents and the players.
And we had a chance to talk to Coach Giaffrida earlier today, and let's take you over for his comments. So we're ready to go. They'll clean the ice in a few minutes, and we'll see you at center ice.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're ready to get this season kicked off. At center is number 17, J.C. Karpovich, winged by Mitchell Culver and Andrew Nope. Back on defense is Matt Comanzo and Theo Cup. We're underway. The Lightning has it, but stopped by Cup. He takes it back in his own zone, gives it off to Comanzo. Comanzo feeds up along the boards. It goes right in, deep into the Lightning zone. Kept in by Comanzo. Dumped into the far corner. Lightning gets a hold of it. They try to get it out. They get out to the neutral zone. Theo keeps it from going into the Eagle zone. And here comes Mitchell Culver. Try to get a shot on it, guys, and the goalie covers it up.
First shot on goal of the year for Mitch Culver, and a good rush down the right side. It'd be interesting to see how Giuffrida plays the team. He's lost, as we said, about 60% of his goal scoring, and we'll see if he can play a wide open game or if he really has to play defensively all year.
Okay, Lightning have it up against the far boards, dumped out against the boards. They'll be icing against the Lightning, but it's waved off. Trying to center, saved by Guida. His first save of the season. And Connor Hines takes it. Connor Hines in the Lightning zone. He's checked, but he gives it off to Thurston. Shot. They scored. The Eagles have scored.
I think that was Anthony Thurston.
Graham Gooch puts his first goal of the season in.
It was Graham?
I believe it was Graham Gooch. And the Eagles take a 1-0 lead.
Anthony Thurston would get the assist on that then.
59 seconds into the game, and the Eagles are up 1-0. Lightning has it. Cross ice feed. Gets out. Tried right off the play by Cup. And Comanzo dumps it out. Cup hit, but he stays on his feet and gets it into the zone. Out along the boards. Shot on goal. Saved by Adam Jarvis.
Assisted by number 21, Anthony Thurston, and number 15, Connor Hines. Gooch from Thurston and Hines, time of the goal, 59 seconds of the first period.
That goal was scored by Graham Gooch and
From Thurston and Hines.
Thurston and Hines, just as you called it, Dan. Lightning gets it in. Guida kicks it aside. Picked up by Carter Whitmore. Back behind the net is Dalton. Dalton tries to get it out, can't. Kept in by the Lightning. Right along the side boards. Puck is loose, picked up by Karpovich. Dumped out by Whitmore. And dumped in as the Eagles go for a line change. Lightning skates it out to the neutral zone. Ridden into the boards hard by Comanzo. And the Eagles on a break, but a shot right back in. Delayed offsides against the Lightning. It's waved off. Comanzo has it. Picked off at the blue line, but right there is Comanzo to dump it down the ice. It's going to be icing against the Eagles.
Nice body check by Mr. Comanzo as he caught him at the blue line. That's where you want to catch him, Mike, early.
Everyone has to bear with us while we learn these numbers and names. The team was only finalized last week after practices, and right now they enjoy 1-0 lead. Oh, they score! Open side.
Well,
Number 25, Adam Romano, scores for the Lightning.
their first goal of the year. Can't leave a man open in front like that, especially right at the doorstep. That was an easy tap in. Nice pass from the corner.
So we're tied up at 1. Whitmore dumps it over to Nope. Picked up by the Lightning. Whitmore knocks it off, but the Lightning still has that shot just wide. And Karpovich.
Goal scored by number 25, Adam Romano. Assisted by number 26, Josh Coleman. Number 18, CJ Giroulo.
Okay.
Romano from Coleman and Giroulo.
Culver dumps it in.
38 in the first period.
But Nope gets to it first. He tries to center. Oh, just off the stick of Karpovich and saved by the Lightning goalie, Adam Jarvis.
Well, so far, Mike, it's pretty wide open.
Yep. Lightning has it behind the net, wrap around the boards. They get it out of the zone, but right there's Theo Cup. He dumps it in off the netting, and we'll get a face-off just outside the outside the red line.
This defensive combination of Cup and Comanzo should be very strong all year. A lot of experience, good skaters, some size.
Cup was named team captain this year.
Intelligence.
And Cup has it. Cross ice to Comanzo. Comanzo feeds it to Gooch, who dumps it in. Ridden hard into the boards by Gooch. Kept in by Cup. Gooch has it behind the net, trying to center. He does. Shot by Hines, and a nice save by Jarvis.
We talk about it being left alone in front.
Hines has it. Oh, nice backhand. Just almost stuck under the pads of Jarvis on a shot by Thurston. Barely got a pad on that to keep it from going in.
I don't know. I think it was Connor Hines that first fanned on the shot. I could be wrong, but he recovered really fast and tapped it right to whoever took the shot.
Out to Whitmore. Whitmore over to Dalton. Dalton is able to keep it in as he's ridden into the boards. Dalton still has it. Dumps it into the corner for Karpovich. Oh, nice play by Nope being ridden off the play. Nope in front. Shot! Oh, glove saved by Jarvis.
That was labeled for the right-hand side, the goalie's left side, rather. Nice glove save. Got to give him credit. Good play by Tanner Dalton, though. He took a hard check along the boards and recovered quickly enough to keep the puck in.
Whitmore gives it to Dalton. Dalton dumps it into the corner, wraps around the net. Karpovich, the other captain, skates out, and he rides the guy into the boards, so it could be picked up by Dalton. Dalton still has it. Shoots it into the Lightning zone and chases it. The Eagles go for a change. Dalton's still out there. And it's still kept in the Lightning zone. Finally, they get it out, but it's off a skate and goes right back in. Oh, nice check at the blue line by Dalton. And Cup has it. Lewis Cup giving chase. Lewis has it. Puts it behind the net. Over for Gooch. Long shot over the top of the net.
Second penalty
against the Lightning. The Eagles net empty, and we get the whistle. It's going to be a slash.
Quite a bit of hitting.
Okay, Cup has it. Cross ice to Comanzo, first power play of the season for the Eagles. Nope, cross ice, over to Comanzo, long shot, just a piece of it by Jarvis. Nope gets a hold of it. Nope gives it to Karpovich, long shot, kick saved by Jarvis into the corner. Karpovich has it. Out to the point, over the Cup. Couldn't get much of it. Oh, here's a shot, but here comes Guida to push it away. before the forward can get to it. It's dumped back into the Eagles zone. 45 seconds left on the Eagles power play. Here comes nope, cross ice too. Comanzo dumps it high off the glass behind the net. It stays up there on the boards. They finally push down, and Culver comes up with it. So slashing there, no call. And passes it down, but Comanzo keeps it in. Karpovage trying to center, does to Cup. Cup with a long shot off of Jarvis into the corner. Nope has it intercepted, and a shot off ice. Off the boards and all the way down. Penalty expires. We're at even strength. The Eagles go for a line change. And we get an icing against the Eagles.
Well, it was a good power play. They didn't score, but they certainly controlled the play. A lot of movement.
Now that first power play was brought to you by Holly Creek, associate broker at Notnego Realtors. She represents, they represent the finest properties in Rochester. Okay, back into the far corner. The Eagles have it. Gooch gets it out to Thurston. Thurston dumps it in, chases it, gets there first. He's ridden against the boards, but he still maintains control. Gives it to Hines. Hines ridden off the play, but still maintains to keep it. And Gooch dumps it back in. Back to Hines. Hines looking to center, does so to Gooch. Intercepted in front by the Lightning. Picked off his stick. And puck's in the corner, can't be covered. And the Lightning skate away with it. Kept in by Whitmore. Whitmore skating in. Tries to flip it in, deflected wide. Thurston wraps it around. Lightning there first. Wrap it around the near side. Still. Kept in by Dalton. And it's finally shot all the way down where it's going to be icing against the Lightning. Well, only 6:49 left to go here in the first period. Moving along pretty quick.
That's a nice line there with Graham Gooch's line with Thurston, and trying to see who's with him. I guess it's Hines. They did some good work in the opposing end there. Graham Gooch got set up in the slot again.
Lightning skate out with it. Off a skate of Comanzo. But the Lightning still come up with it. Trying to center. Shot. Saved by Guida. Puck's loose. Cleared out by Comanzo. Back in the corner. Comanzo riding him off the boards. Trying to center. Oh, deflected, but Guida's there to cover it up. Oh, big Comanzo against their captain. I don't think he wants to mess with Matt. Got some size over the summer like we were talking about.
Also, that puck that squirted out in front, they had the Lightning players pretty well covered, so that was no problem.
Matt Comanzo behind the net. Gives it to Hines, and then back to Comanzo. Dumped in the corner. Lightning have it. Ridden off the play by Cup. Wrapped around the boards. And Comanzo, we're going to have a penalty against Connor Hines.
Could be a high stick or an elbow.
Hitting from behind.
Hitting from behind. You know, there's no toleration for that, Mike.
So we're going on the first penalty kill now this season. Get the first out of the way. First goal, first power play, and now first penalty kill. Lightning have it at the point. Oh, and they couldn't keep it in.
Number 15, Connor Hines. Minor for head contact. Hines, head contact.
That's head contact, not hitting from behind.
Oh.
Once again, there's zero tolerance on that.
Lightning can't set anything up yet, so in the neutral zone. Almost intercepted, but now this time it is intercepted by Dan Duguay, and he dumps it in. Lightning skating out from behind their own net. Over to center ice. They get into the zone. Trying to center. Gets around one man. Long shot. High over the net. Out to the far boards. Near boards. Ridden hard off the play by Culver. And Karpovich gets it and shoots it down the ice. Eagles go for a change. 25 seconds left on the Lightning power play. Kept in by Comanzo. Going in for it is Thurston. Thurston comes up with it. Thurston bangs it behind the net. And with 10 seconds to go, they're going to kill this off. And it comes out to the neutral zone. Okay, penalty's expired. Cup has the puck, dumps it into the near corner. Comanzo gets it. He skates out with it. Dumps it in. It's going to be icing. He didn't acquire the red line, so we'll have a face-off deep in the Eagle zone. With
Pretty good penalty kill.
Yep.
No real chances at all.
And that penalty kill was brought to you by Matthew Quinlan, CPA. He's a proud supporter and an alumni member of the IHS Eagles hockey team. That's Matthew Quinlan. Puck along the near boards. Finally comes loose. Picked up by Dalton. Now the Lightning trying to keep it in. They can't. Oh, they do. They do keep it in. And they dump it farther into the corner. Duguay ties his man up along the boards, and it's picked up by Thurston. Lightning have it in their zone, and they dump it out to the neutral zone. Going to be offsides against the Eagles, as Hines just couldn't get back across the blue line in time. 3:50 left to go here in the first period. We're tied at 1. Face-off taken by Lewis Cup, and he dumps it in. He chases it behind the net. Lightning wrap it around the boards. Over there first is Burns, but then the Lightning come up with it, and they dump it in. Back for it is Comanzo. Puts it behind the net. Where is it? Burns has it. Cup tried to get it out, couldn't. Lightning keep it in, and they dump it right back in. But their back for it is Comanzo. Over to Burns. Still kept in by the Lightning. Now it finally comes out. Lightning sets up in their own end. Back for it is Theo Cup. Being hounded by a Lightning player, and they keep it in the zone. Trying to center, long shot. Oh, blocked in front by Comanzo. Another long shot, bounced by just by Guida.
This is the Lightning's best shift of the game.
And Cup gives it to Nope. Nope to Karpovich. But the Lightning knock it out of the zone. And Mitchell Culver tries to dump it right back in. Long shot. It's up and over the glass, and we're going to get a face-off just outside the Lightning zone.
As I said, that was the Lightning. That was their best shift. They had the Eagles running around in their own end.
Dumped in by Dalton. Giving chase is Thurston. Out to the point. Dalton dumps it into the corner. Thurston's right there. And it comes out. Goes all the way down. There's going to be icing again against the Lightning. I was waiting to see if he was going to wave that off or not. And he didn't, so we'll have a face-off in the Lightning zone. Minute 59 to go. 1-1. J.C. Karpovich taking the face-off. He gets it behind the net, and they wrap it around. Kept in by Duguay. Over to Kapovic. Picked off by a Lightning player. And they skate in a 2-on-1 if they hurry. But it's a nice play by Duguay to knock it off his stick, and he goes behind his own net. Lightning trying to center, can't. They're tied up there. And Kapovic gets it. Over to Nope. Nope back to Karbovic. He has Culver with him. Centering. Culver couldn't get anything on it, but he gets control of the puck in the corner. He's ridden off the play and picked up by Nope. Nope ridden hard into the boards. Kapovic has it. Kapovic fans on it, but then he passes out to Cup. Cup with a long shot blocked out in front and into the corner. Culver has it. Back to Karbovic. Kapovic centers to Cup. Cup with a long shot blocked in front. Culver takes a shot, just go wide. We're in the last minute of the play of the first period. Wrapped around the boards. Nope giving chase. Gets to it first. Finally, the Lightning get it. They try to get it out. They do. It's going to be icing against the Lightning.
Commanding shift by Karpovich and Culver and Nope. Totally dominating on that shift.
That was a well-designed play they had. Speaking of, Personal Designs Florist. Providing the finest in floral design services. Personal Design Florist. Connor Hines gets it into the corner. Fighting for it is Gooch gets it. Out to Dalton. Oh, nice tip by Thurston, but just wide. Lightning have it. Picked off by Thurston. He dumps it in. Delayed offsides yet against the Eagles. Still delayed. Oh, they waved it off. Okay. And that ends the first period. All tied up at 1-1.
Good period for both teams. I think that Irondequoit definitely had the edge in play. The last couple shifts, the Eagles are really taking it to them. And we'll see what the second period holds.
Yeah, we'll be right back with the shots and get ready for the second period. Okay, we're ready to get underway here in the second period.
I was impressed with the amount of hitting in that first period by both teams.
Both goalies, Jarvis and Guida for the Eagles, have given up one goal that first period. And we'll see how they make out this period. Culver taken down, but the puck wraps around. And the Lightning have it kept in by Cup. Banked it off the glass.
Just to recap the first period, it was Graham Gooch from Anthony Thurston and Connor Hines.
Karpovich gets it back to Cup, and Cup dumps it in. Oh, there was a stray whistle there, okay, but play continues. Cup keeps it in, gives it to Nope. Comanzo, okay, couldn't keep it in. Here's the Lightning. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, nice play by Nope to break it up. Or by Cup. That was Cup that broke it up. Lightning have it. Ridden off the play by Comanzo. Lightning still have it. Trying to center. Instead, he goes to the point. Long shot from the point, blocked in front, picked up by Nope, and he dumps it down the ice, but it's picked off at center ice by the Lightning. The Eagles go for a partial change. Lightning skated into the Eagle zone. Picked up by Comanzo. And we have a whistle.
It's not a penalty, I know that.
I just think they thought there was an injury, and
Right, just making sure.
so with the possible injury to the Lightning, the face-off will come out to the outside the Eagles zone. Back for it. is Duguay. Duguay gives it to Thurston. Lightning pick it off. Nice centering pass to the Lightning. Can't get a shot off. It goes into the far boards. Lightning still have it. Written off the play is Burns, but he comes away with it. Tommy Hines. Oh, nice touch by the Lightning, and it's picked off by Hines. Pushed aside by Guida. They still have it. Blocked in front. And still they can't get it out. Over for it is Dalton. Dalton gives it to Thurston. Thurston in the zone. Gets around his last man. He's in alone. He shoots. Saved by Jarvis. Picked up by Burns. Blocked again. And out of the neutral zone where Cup gets it and shoots it right back in.
What a play by Anthony Thurston to get around the last defenseman. He was hooked and he still got the shot off. Very nice. If you keep your feet moving, you can do that.
Lewis Cup gets the face off. Burns gets it, dumps it in the far corner. Cup rides him into the board. Lightning shoots it out, goes all the way down, but Comanzo's going to get to it before icing can be called. He sets up behind his own net. Comes out with it. Over to Burns. Puck now up to Thompson. Cup has it, tried to center almost, but it pushed aside by Jarvis. Shot into the far corner. Over to Cup. Cup with a long shot. Tip just wide. Backhand. Lewis Cup scores.
His brother should be getting an assist on that, Mike.
A couple of Cups picking up points there.
I was just about to say before their goal that their line was doing very well, controlling the play and keeping it in the opposing zone.
Well, the Eagles take their lead back, 1-goal lead, 2-1. Don will fill us in on the goals and assists.
Scored by number 6, Lewis Cup. Assisted by number 24, Ryan Burns, and number 4, Theo Cup. Cup from Burns and Cup having that goal, 3-21.
Lightning have it. Nope. Shot all the way down. It's going to be icing against the Lightning. Theo Cup and Burns with the assist on that. Banked off the boards. Couldn't keep it in, and it goes out to the neutral zone, but Dalton gets it across to Whitmore. To Duguay. Lightning have it. They get it in the Eagles zone into the far corner. Bank shot. Puck goes up in the air and bounces behind the net. Duguay has it. Duguay turns away from one defender. Culver gets it to Nope. Ridden into the boards by 2 players, and there's going to be a penalty against the Lightning on that one. Nope is down.
That might be boarding or hitting from behind. Charging, any one of the 3. Take your
Nope
pick.
is still down. And here comes the trainer to take a look. Nope, it's helped to his feet and skates off under his own power.
Always good to see.
He was sandwiched by two players there, and one of them got the call. We're waiting to hear what it was. Could be a game. He's leaving the ice. There was CJ Garullo who's leaving, so he was assessed a game misconduct. Jeff Loomer will serve his penalty. It's going to be a 4-minute power play for the Eagles. Yeah, because Nope was really sandwiched by those two guys.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Speaking of sandwich, don't forget, after the game, go to Shaler's, home of the Shaler's plate. 559 East Ridge Road, right next to Delta Sonic. That's Shaler's.
Coach Giafrida is going with the Hines, Gooch, Thurston line. They've scored a goal tonight, and I think they've looked very good every shift they've been out there.
Here's lightning penalty to number 18, CJ Giarullo. Rated for checking from behind in the game disqualification. Giarullo checking from behind in the game disqualification. Time of those penalties, 4:36 of the second period.
Okay. Eagles on a 4-minute power play. Cross ice to Comanzo. Oh, out to Burns. Or Hines. Lightning dump it down. He's set up behind his own net by Guida. There's Cups back there to get it. Theo Cup skating it out to the neutral zone. Looking to set it up. Stops at the point. Trying to be ridden off the play by the Lightning, but he stays in control of the puck. Tries to center. Oh, Hines gets a stick on it and it goes up into the netting over on the ceiling.
I think that Coach Giafrida's got to be pretty happy with this line of Gooch and Hines and Thurston. They get that puck to the front of the net quite a bit. Every time they're out there, that puck's around the front of the opposing team's net.
Okay, Nope has it. Gets it to the point, but it's intercepted and shot out in the neutral zone. Back for it is Duguay. Duguay loses it, but Tanner's right there to get it. Tanner being harassed by the Lightning. Gives it to Culver. Culver remains in control, skates with it. Long feed for Nope, but it's too much in front and it goes all the way down and be icing against the Eagles.
I've been impressed with Tanner Dalton, Mike. Here's a kid that didn't get a ton of ice time last year, and it looks like he's ready to play a regular shift all the time here. He's made some nice plays. He's played some heads-up hockey.
Yeah, like the coach was saying, so, some people was going to step up that didn't play much, and looks like he's one of them.
He's definitely one of them. Daniel Duguay has been, his partner's been right there too, though.
Yeah, I agree. Mitchell Culver, guy falls down. Culver goes right, Cup goes right around him. Lewis Cup in the corner, trying to set it up. Gives it out to the point of Duguay. Duguay. Looking, long shot. Oh, pad saved by Jarvis. Lightning get it, they shoot it down. Duguay goes back to get it. 2:10 left on the power play. Long feed by Duguay over to Thurston. Thurston fighting off two Lightning, and he can't do it as it goes into the corner. Puck again shot down by the Lightning. The Eagles go back to set up. Theo Cup back there. Banks off the boards. Over to Gooch. Gooch tips it into the corner. Lightning have it. Try to keep it in. Blocked by Karpovage. Culver skating with it. Behind his own net, out to the point to Cup. Cup cross ice feed to Comanzo. Comanzo passes it blocked in front, and the Lightning have it. Lightning shoot it down the ice, goes all the way, right on goal. Vinny Guida puts it aside for Comanzo. We got 1:10 left in the Eagles power play. Here comes Karpovage. Karpovage acquires his own. Looks, gives it back to Nope. Blocked in front by Lightning, but Cup's there to keep it in. Back to Nope. Over to Karpovage. Out to the point to Cup. Cup cross ice to Comanzo. Long shot by Comanzo. Shot in front. Saved by Jarvis. And again, he saves on Culver.
Good work by that line. Karpovich. Nope and Culver. One thing I liked about it, including the defensemen, Cup and Comanzo, very few no-look desperation passes.
49 seconds left. Puck is by Thurston into the corner. Thurston gives it to Hines. Just a little too much, but it's kept in by Cup. Hines gets it. Tips it back into the corner. Out to the point. Oh, nice play by keeping it in by Comanzo. Long shot, just wide. Comes out to the far side, kept in by Cup. Theo Cup has it. He goes into the corner. Gives it to Thurston. Thurston into the near corner. Over to Comanzo at the point. Shot to Hines. Hines gets a shot off, goes over the top of the net. Hines has it behind the net. Gives it to Cup. Cup with a long shot. Pat save. Again, the rebound covers up. 3 saves there for Jarvis. And 3 seconds left on the power play.
Well, the Lightning can thank their goalie because he makes a couple big saves. As once again on this power play, the Lightning have been all over, or excuse me, the Eagles have been all over the Lightning. Once again, as I just said, good passing. They're looking. Their passes are tape to tape.
Okay, power play's over. Lightning's at full strength. Out to the point to Tanner. Tanner banks it high off the glass to Karpovage. Karpovage behind the Lightning net. Gives it to Culver. Culver dumped out by the Lightning, giving chase to Duguay. Duguay gets to it first, over to Tanner. Tanner dumps it in. Karpovage gets it. He's ridden off the play, but Nope is there. Nope leaves it, but it's picked up by the Lightning. Hard hit by Karpovage and comes up with the puck. Tanner has it at the point. Duguay back for it. Gay taking his time, making sure. Acquires the red line and dumps it in. Eagles go for a full line change. 5:28 left to go here in the second period. Oh, nice pick by Lewis Cup. Lewis Cup tries to center, just misses. And it comes out to the point to Cup. Cup over to Comanzo. Comanzo with a shot. He scores off the post.
Matt Comanzo, unless it was tipped up high, I don't know.
Right off the post. It kind of flipped up and hit the post and went in. Brings this Eagle crowd to life right now.
Like I think they were due. Of course, the previous 4 minutes were all power play, but they've been all over the Lightning most of this period.
So 3-1 lead with 5:14 left to go here in the second. Oh, intercepted by the Lightning. Lightning have it. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Long shot saved by Guida. Puck goes into the corner. Lightning has it back. Cup has it. Nice feed for for Lewis Cup. Saved by Jarvis. Puck hangs loose. Cleared aside. Dangerous play there for Lightning. Goalie looks a little shaken up there. Gets up slowly. He looks a little shaken up. We have to keep an eye on him. Penalty offsides against the Lightning. That's waved off, and here comes Duguay. This is going to be icing against the Lightning. The Jarvis looks a little shaken up yet from that last play.
The last goal there was from Matt Comanzo from Theo Cup and Connor Thompson. Don't ask me the time. That's asking too much to give you the time on that.
I think it was 5:18 left, I think. Oh, almost a breakaway, but the Lightning couldn't get out, but it's going to be a tripping, it looks like. A knee, knee to knee.
Yeah, Daniel Duque kind of dragged the leg there and got him with the knee.
Okay.
You know, Mike, if you're going to have to go for the body check like that, down that far down on the ice, you better make sure you get him, because if you don't, there's going to be probably a 2-on-1.
Yeah, but even that knee probably saved a little breakaway maybe.
Yeah, he caught him just enough.
Lightning have it, poked out. Oh! Oh, there's the Hines and Gooch collided very hard. Long shot by the Lightning, shot wide into the corner. Lightning have it out to the point. Delayed offsides against the Lightning, and Comanzo shoot at the length of the ice. Lightning come out with it. You know, Gooch and Hines, I believe, had that big collision there.
Yes.
That,
Early season rustiness and
that was probably the check of the game, I think. Might have been a penalty, too, if it wasn't the same team. Okay, Eagles, the Lightning have it with 41 seconds left on their power play. Dumped in. Comanzo tried to get it out. He can't. But Coppervage does. Lightning get it right back. Poked away by Comanzo. Shot in by the Lightning. Back for it is Cup. Theo Cup gets it. Gives it to Mitchell Culver. Culver shoots it down. No icing as the Eagles are man down. Lightning have to go back and regroup with only 8 seconds left to go in the power play. Puck shot into the Eagle zone as they come back to full strength. Comanzo back for it. And then Lewis Cup picks it up. Lewis Cup skates to the neutral zone. Picked off by the Lightning and skated back in by them. Knocked down at the blue line by Comanzo. Lightning get it back. Lightning still have it. Long shot saved by Vinny Guida. And he hangs on with a whistle for 2:24 left to go here in the second period. Eagles up 3-1.
that was a fairly tough save for Vinny Guida. Quick shot from off the boards there. Kind of had to swing around to catch that, and he caught it right in the chest where he should.
Long shot, banked off the boards. Oh, big bank shot by the Lightning, almost banked off the Guida into the net. Long shot, saved by, off the glove. Save, okay, scores! Ryan Burns gets the rebound.
Ryan Burns. Goalie didn't cover the rebound. No defenseman to cover the rebound. Ryan Burns was there. That's his second point of the night. He's got a goal and an assist. Those rebounds will glitch every time, Mike, as you well know.
Yes. Come here. There's a big hit. Center ice.
Ryan Burns. Assisted by number 6, Lewis Cup.
Ryan Burns shoots it in behind the net.
That goal, 12:51 in the second period.
That goal was by Ryan Burns, assisted by Lewis Cup. Joe Semino, I guess, it over to Coppervage. Burns checks his man out to the point. Whitmore took the shot on goal, picked off by the Lightning, and the Lightning have it in the far corner. Whitmore can't keep it in. It goes all the way down. Stopped by Guida. Over to Semino. Semino puts it back behind the net. Back for it is Whitmore. Out to the point, long shot. Blocker saved by Guida. And it's picked up by the Eagles and skated out. Back for it is Semino. Wraps it around the boards to Nope. Can't keep it in, but gets Karpovich gets it into the zone. Karpovich, long shot, wide. Goes along the side, far side boards. Lightning have it. Back for it is Nope. Nope gets it. Banks it behind the net. Out the near side. Lightning pick it off. Finally, it comes out of the zone. Hits the Lightning player, so there'll be no icing. Ridden off the play by Graham Gooch. Lightning still remain in control. They get it out of the zone. And Duguay shoots it right back in, and we get a whistle.
Must have hit the netting.
I believe so. 27 seconds left. Another period to play after this, and then everyone can run down the Shalers. We told you about that, but on your way, stop at Titus Tavern, another sponsor of Eagles hockey. It's coming soon to the corner of Cooper Road and Titus Avenue. Goalie decides to let that go. I think he decided that. 12 seconds left in the period. Here comes the Lightning. Back for it is Gooch. Gooch banks it off the boards and keeps it in the neutral zone. Hines dumps it in. 1 second. There's the horn. Period is over. And the Eagles enjoy a 4-1 second period lead.
A lot to like if you're an Eagle fan. I can't really think of anything negative to say about that period. Goal scoring from a whole bunch of different people.
Shot on goal in the second period for Line 14. For a two-period total of 24. For the Lightning 4 for a two-period total of 9.
Obviously good defense as they held the Lightning to 4 shots and
What's
took
their
14
total?
themselves. 24-9, favor of the Eagles.
4-1 lead.
I don't think the coach can yell at them too much in the locker room after that period, Mike.
No, but now we get to see how they play in the third period with a lead. That's something.
Right.
That's
Yep.
another learning experience
Yep.
as you go along.
Yep. That can be a bugaboo to some teams. We'll see how it works for the
Okay,
Eagles.
so after they clean the ice, we'll be back to start the third period. Okay, so we're ready to start the third period of the first game of the season, and the Eagles enjoy a 4-1 lead over the Grease Lightning. And, yeah, it's a good game to build on.
Yeah, because next week they play the other Grease team, the
Grease Thunder.
Grease Thunder. They're always strong.
Yeah,
That will be the real test.
Okay, we're underway. Lightning dump it in. It's going to be icing right off the bat. Yeah, the Lightning composed of the Grease Olympia. Oh, no.
Arcadia and
Arcadia
Odyssey.
and Odyssey. While the Thunder are
Athena and
and Olympia.
Olympia.
Okay, Theo Cup has it behind the net. Gives way to Lightning. They bring it up along the boards. Nope, keeps it in. Over to Karpovich. Karpovich fighting for it in the corner. Here comes Culver. Centering by Nope. Nope cuts a shot on. Nice centering pass by Karpovich, and Nope gets a nice shot on goal. Kicked aside by Jarvis.
Boy, if I'm the Thunder coach, I'm going to tell them to watch the slot. All game they've been giving the Eagles the slot area, free and clear.
Okay, Lightning have it. Big mess in front of the bench because the Eagles were on a line change. And the puck ends up going on the Lightning bench. Hines gives it back to Duguay. Duguay to Tanner. Tanner to Thurston. And Lightning comes up with a long shot. Glove save by Vinny Guida. Vinny Guida makes another nice save, and we have a face-off, and we're back live. Here's a shot, blocked in front. Another shot, again blocked. Duguay gets it behind his net. Sidesteps one player, brings it out. Banks off the boards, out to the neutral zone. Lightning right there to put it right back in. Lightning player centers. Oh, nice save by Guida.
Yeah, he was about the only one that knew where the puck was.
In fact, right now, that's the Summit Federal Credit Union save of the game. No matter what you're saving for, we have an option that'll work for you. So all goalies can line up right there at Summit Federal Credit Union. Oh, nice block by Nope, and he goes in. It's a race. Nope's there first. He shot, saved by Jarvis. And it's going to be a penalty against the Lightning. What's the call? Tripping.
Andrew Nope showing good speed there to out-hustle that defenseman after a nice block at the Eagle blue line.
So the Eagles will go on the power play. Face off to the left of Jarvis. Karpovich gets it, but the Lightning shoot it down the ice. Cup.
Penalty to number 12, Joey Gardner. Minor for tripping.
Cup.
Gardner for tripping on that minor penalty, 153 of the third period.
Okay, Lightning banking it all the way down. Wraps around the board. Comanzo comes up with it. And he feeds off to Nope. Nope takes it through the neutral zone and dumps it in. Giving chase is Culver over to Karpovich. Karpovich trying to get it out along the boards. He does to Nope. Nope trying to set the play up. Back to Culver. Gets by him, goes into the corner over to Comanzo. Comanzo out to the point to Cup. Cup to Nope. Nope looks, shoots. Kicked aside by Jarvis. Nope gets it right back, puts it in the corner to Comanzo. Comanzo gets it. Cross ice feed to Karpovich. Nope has it. Saved by Jarvis. Hangs on. Nice save by Jarvis to keep it 4-1.
The Lightning just letting the Eagles run free around the front of their net. But, once again, the Eagles are keeping their feet moving. They're skating. Their passes are quick. Tough to defend against that. But they're not bothered at all by the Lightning in front.
And the Eagles still have 19 seconds left on the power play. A little equipment problem with the goalie. Good sized crowd here tonight to kick off the season by both teams. Okay, we're ready to get on the way again. Gooch gets it out to the Cup. Out the Cup. Cup over to Comanzo. Comanzo still has it. Over to Lewis. Oh, just too far for Comanzo. Comanzo gives it to Lewis Cup. Back to Comanzo. Long feed goes right between both, and it's going to be icing against the Eagles And that's also going to finish the power play for
Actually,
him.
one of the few bad passes that the Eagles have made in the last 2 periods. Very impressed with their passing.
Tanner picks up the puck. Puck banks off all the way down the ice. Back forward is the Lightning. Ridden off the play by Gooch. Over to Hines. Hines trying to center. Does so, but no one's there. Out to the point where Tanner keeps it in. Tanner back to Gooch. Gooch behind the net to Hines. Hines sidesteps his defender. And over to get it is Thurston. Thurston still has it. Dumps it back for Hines. Lightning comes up with it. Over to Hines again. Oh, nice centering pass. Gooch shoots. Deflected wide. Back to Duguay. Duguay. Shot by Gooch. They score!
Graham Gooch owns the slot tonight, Mike. He owns that slot.
A feed from Anthony Thurston, and Gooch puts it away.
It's the second goal of the night. Almost the exact same spot of the first. He's always around there. That puck's been following him around. Once again, nice pass by Anthony Thurston.
Puck.
Brought for a goal scored by number 19, Graham Gooch. Assisted by number 21, Anthony Thurston. And number 15, Connor Hines. Gooch from Thurston and Hines down to the goal, 4:21 of the third period.
Okay, play resumes to the point. Long shot off the skates of Karpovich, picked up by Nope. Nope centering, blocked by Lightning. Lightning have it in the corner, ridden off the play by Karpovich. Puck is loose, wrapped around the boards by Lightning into the near corner. Karpovich picks it up. He goes into the corner. He's ridden off the play, but he maintains control and gives it to Nope. Nope rides his guy into the boards, and Karpovich gets it back. Nope in the behind the net, fighting for it. Goes out to Semino. Semino decks his man and comes up with the puck. Here comes Karpovich. Sticks tied up. He couldn't get a shot off. Comes out to the point to Comanzo. Off a skate. Banked in the corner. Penalty against the
Cross check
against the Eagles. Against Semino.
Looks like it.
Joe Semino will go to the box for 2.
He made some nice plays along the board, too, to keep it in and knock his man down and keep the puck in. But then he did take a penalty.
Minute 30, the Lightning will have the power play. Okay, Theo Cup with it. Goes into the sideboards, out to the point. Comes loose. Hines picks it up. He has Gooch in front of him, waiting. Okay, Hines gets his own, and he's taken down. There's going to be a penalty against the Lightning for holding. Holding or hooking?
And I think it's holding, so that evens that up.
Yep, it's going to be holding against the Lightning. Matt Bloomer or Cole Johnson will get the 2. Minute 30. So that power play 18 seconds long for the Lightning. And that's what the Eagles will have when this is over.
Lightning penalty to number 14, Cole Johnson. Minor for holding. Johnson for holding. Capital minor penalty at 54 of the third period.
So right now we have 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute. Comanzo goes back for it. He's taken out of the play. Lightning come up with it. Still behind the net. But Comanzo gets it back and comes up along the far boards. Nice feed to the Lewis Cup. Or to Nope. Jarvis pushes it aside. Lightning still have it. They skate with it. Oh, nice poke check by Nope, but it comes out of the zone. Over to Theo Cup. Over to Comanzo, back to Cup. Cup skating back into his own zone. Setting up again. Gives it to Comanzo. No rush with a 5-1 lead. There's Tanner, or Karpovich. Karpovich shoots. He scores.
Didn't he make a nifty little move at the blue line, though?
J.C. Karpovich off the post and into that.
Didn't get the assist on that, but we'll hear it in a second. Little burst of speed just at the Lightning blue line put him in alone.
The Eagles have mounted a 6-1 lead. Okay, behind the net is Duguay with the puck. Gives it to Tanner. Tanner, long feed for Gooch, but it's intercepted at the red line. And we have an offsides against the Eagles. Eagles are on a 6-second power play here. Puck shot in. Gooch pushed aside. Lightning still have the puck. Banked off the boards. Duguay keeps it in. Tanner at the far point pushes it right back in. There's shot off a skate over to Lewis Cup. Cup wraps it around the boards. Lightning's there first. Nice poke check by Tanner. Puck in. Gooch with a shot. Bad save by Jarvis. Comes out to the point. Duguay keeps it in. Back to Gooch. Centering pass. Oh, saved by Jarvis.
Boy, this line's really impressed me. I know that Lightning are back on their heels right now, but Gooch and Hines and Thurston are really putting on a show. Graham Gooch he's had a number of shots on and wide.
Puck along the near boards. Lightning having a lot of trouble getting it out of the zone right now. Gramlich in the game. Karpovich ridden off the play. Lightning in the zone. Nice hit by Karpovich, but the Lightning keep control of the play. Long shot, blocked in front. Karpovich has it. Behind his own net, banks off the boards, and pushes it out of the zone. Nope. Pokes it to the far boards, and the Lightning try to get it in. They do, but the Semino has it. Cross ice feed to Nope. Nope shoots it into the zone. Wraps around the board. And Burns comes up with it. Burns shoots, blocked in front. Burns gets it back. Over to Whitmore. Burns has it, still has it, tries to poke it away, but the Lightning come up with it. Out to the point, but Nope pushes it back in. Lightning still trying to get it out, and they can't. Out to the point to Whitmore. Long shot blocked by the defender, and the Lightning could go on a break. Oh, Lightning get in the zone. Whitmore there. Nice kick save by Vinny Guida. And we're going to have a penalty. Hitting to the head, it looks like.
It's one of the Lightning's best rushes of the night. As they got a break, a little mix-up by the defense of the Eagles. The Lightning took advantage of it. But no scoring.
A run by penalty to number 5, Joe Semino. Minor for contact to the head. Semino contact to the head, time of the penalty, 10
Okay.
on score in the third period.
Contact to the head, so the Lightning are on the power play. Mitchell has it. Mitchell Culver gets it in the corner. Oh, he has 3 guys on him, and he still had control until he finally loses it. Lightning, neutral zone. Weaving through all the Eagles to get into the Eagle zone. Almost taken away by Karpovich. And Cup has it in the corner. Here comes Karpovich. He gets it into the Eagle zone as they all go for a line change. Gooch gets it right back. Backhands it into the zone. It's played by Burns to keep it in there. Burns picks it up. Penalty against the Lightning for elbowing. So they'll wipe out the final 21 seconds of the Lightning power play. And we'll play 4-on-4 till then. With a 6-1 lead with 3:46 left to go.
I have noticed that Coach Giuffrida has gotten everybody on the team has been on the ice. So everybody's
Oh, my mistake. Penalty against the Eagles. I thought it was against the Lightning, but it's against us.
oh,
so
I
it'll
did
be-
too. I was with you on that. Yeah, I did too.
So it'll be a 2-man advantage for the Lightning for 21 seconds. So we'll see how great this penalty kill is. And speaking of great, don't forget, one of our sponsors, the Great House of Guitars, 645 Titus Avenue.
A reckless penalty to number 19, Grant Gooch.
They're celebrating 48 years of cool. That's the Great House of Guitars.
Minor penalty 11-14 in the third period.
By the way, we have another, we may be rusty on names and everything, but who didn't get rusty is our videographer, Kevin Doran. Always doing a great job. And as long as he keeps it up, we'll keep him. So, timeout's over by the Lightning, and we're ready to resume. 21 seconds. They have a 5-on-3 power play. Face off to the right of Guida.
It's still tough to get a line on the Irondequoit Eagles as the Lightning really, since the first period, haven't put up much of a fight and have let the Eagles pretty much
Puck comes out to
skate
the
at
point.
will.
Over to the far point. Into the slot. Out to the near boards. Back to the slot. Long shot blocked by Karpovich. He has a break. It's a foot race. He's out in front. Karpovich shoots. He scores! J.C. Karpovich. Short-handed goal.
Should be unassisted. Block it at the blue line. Took those big long strides and was in alone.
That was a shorthand goal. In fact, 2-man disadvantage, and Karpovich outraces 2 of the defenders and puts it by Jarvis for a 7-1 lead.
That's right. Boy, you don't see that very often, down 2 men. And
Run up play shorthanded goal scored by number 17, J.C. Karpovich. Unassisted. Karpovich unassisted. Time of that shorthand goal, 11:33 in the third period.
Okay, play behind the Eagles' net. Out to the point. Picked up by Nope, banked off the boards all the way down. It's going to be icing against the Eagles. That's right, we're shorthanded. Should be no icing, so face-off will come to center ice. Not only are we rusty, but the referees are rusty too, and they'll take them on a few games to. I don't know. That should be. It's their mistake. It should be at center ice. You can't penalize the Lightning because of something the refs messed up.
Right, yeah. Why are they penalizing the poor Lightning?
But then they're saying to each other, yeah, but if we move it back to center ice, we really will look bad. So we got to keep it at that end like we know what we're doing, right? So they will. Okay, back in the far corner. Lightning have it behind their own net. So they have 35 seconds left on their power play. Out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Burns. Over to Tanner, then out to Lewis Cup. Lightning have it back. Nice check by Tanner. Drives his guy into the boards. Out to the point. Long shot, saved by Guida. Pushed into the near corner. Over there's Duguay. Duguay pinning it against the boards. Two Lightning trying to get it out. They do, but it comes to the Lewis Cup. Out in front, Tanner, Duguay picks it up. And he banks it off the boards. We're back to full strength here. And we get a whistle, offsides. 2:06 left to go here in the third period. And the Eagles nursing a 7-1 lead. Out back is Comanzo for it. Gives it to Burns. Lightning have it. Feed out to center ice. Can't get it in as Cup intercepts it. Comanzo feeds Burns. Dumped into the Lightning zone. Wrapped around the boards. Giving chase his Cup. It goes into the corner where Burns has it. Over to Lewis Cup, or Theo Cup. Theo Cup puts it on. Puck comes loose just wide of the net. Burns has it. Lightning trying to get it out of the zone. Kept in by Comanzo. Still stays in, but finally trickles out of the zone as it goes back to Comanzo. Comanzo dumps it in. Tries to flip it out. Comanzo keeps it in. Flips it right back. Hand pass by the Lightning. And we're going to get a whistle. 1:04 left. Face off inside to the right of Jarvis.
Coach Giaffrida making sure everybody gets some ice time tonight. So all the butterflies are gone for everybody.
Yeah, that was a good game for that. Lightning put it into the corner, giving chase is Tanner. Stopped by Guida behind his net and picked up by Whitmore. Long shot by Lightning. Just off a body and goes into the corner. Tied up there along the boards. Killing time as and then the Eagles skate away with it. Karpovich out to the red line. Around his man, he's all alone, shoots. He scores again! J.C. Karpovich.
End to end. It may possibly be unassisted. I didn't see if he took a pass or not, but I know he came from way deep in his own end on that. Once again, he got those long legs going, and he just raced right by all the Lightning players.
That's a couple hats being thrown on the ice for the hat trick. So we see JC walking around school with a different head each day. You know why?
Number 17, Kopovich. Assisted by number 4, Theo Cup. Then number 3, Carter Whitmore. Karpovich from Cup and Whitmore.
That was assisted by Theo Cup and Whitmore, Carter Whitmore. We have 8 seconds left to go. Puck behind the Eagles net. The Eagles still have it. 1 second. There's the horn. And this first game is in the books. An 8-1 win for your Eagles. There's just so many positives you can take from this game.
To pick 3 stars is almost impossible because everybody played well. I can't think of a negative at all to say about anything that any player or any play.
You know, they worked at it, and they have to remember it's 8-1. They have to continue to work for everything they get.
You know, let's face it. We expected the Lightning to be weak again this year, but you still got to come here and do the job and execute, and they did.
Yes, in the first game, like you said, they got everything out of the way.
Right.
And I'm going to go on the limb here and name my 3 stars.
Okay, go ahead.
My star number 1 will be JC Karpovich. You know, he had his 3 goals, and he's going to try and make up that 60 some odd percent lack of goals from the seniors we lost. My second star would be Graham Gooch. Thought he had a great game. And well, you probably won't match me up because I saw a good game by number 8, Andrew Nope. He was in on a lot of plays, did a lot of work in the corners, and just kept things moving.
I can't disagree with it all, Mike. And like I say, it's tough to pick 3 stars because it's like saying the others didn't play as well as they did. Everybody played equally well. But I'm going to go with my first stars, J.C. Karpovich. He had 3 goals. Graham Gooch, 2 goals and an assist. And my third star, I'm going out a little bit because he didn't get as much ice time as a lot of the players, but Ryan Burns with a goal and assist. The times he was out there, he played very well, and I'm sure Coach Giuffrida is very happy to see a player that's not playing on the first line get a goal and assist. And if he keeps it up for the whole year, that's really good for the Eagles.
Yeah, so I can't you can't be wrong on any of those things you said, and because like you said, everyone contributed this game, and everyone deserves a star. So we'll have to see how it goes next week when we play the Grease Thunder.
Yes, that's going to be a real test. That's going to be a totally different team than you saw tonight, and they better be prepared. And actually, as if this was a loss, forget about this game and get back to the rinks for practice this week and prepare for that game next week, because that's going to be a very tough game.
Okay, so on behalf of our videographer Kevin Doran and Don LeDuc, this is Mike Orsini saying good night from Lakeshore Rinks, where the Eagles won 8-1.